Good evening, South Coast. It's Mike Sylvia from New Bedford Guide. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Everyone's getting ready for the week. Monday's over, so the big day's over for the rest of the week. We're going to talk about something called Southcoast Cares. Most people have hopefully heard about it, but it's a great thing that's going on the South Coast. I'm here live with Allison from the Southcoast Health. And a lot of people know Victoria from United Way of Greater New Bedford. She's always out there, helping people out. Especially, I remember during COVID, it was a tough time. You guys really stepped up over there. So if you can, just each give me kind of an introduction. I'll start with you, Allison.
Sure. So my name is Allison, or Allie Betancourt. I'm the Community Benefits Specialist here at Southcoast Health. So in community benefits, a quick overview is just that as a not-for-profit hospital, we provide benefits to our community partners. So that is, programs or activities that respond to community needs by providing treatment or promoting health and healing.
Okay, Victoria.
Hi, I'm Victoria Grisella. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Community Relations at United Way of Greater New Bedford. Mike, thank you so much for mentioning COVID and what we were doing. I mean, I oversee our Hunger Commission, which last year moved 1.4 million pounds of food that made sure those people who needed it got it.
Yeah, and I noticed you guys have stepped up some of the vaccine efforts, pushing that stuff out. Southcoast Health obviously is out there at multiple locations, free vaccines. So if you're out there, and we always say, if you have questions, you call your local doctor. You can also call Southcoast Health and get the facts. I think people just need to, if you're skeptical, I got my shot as soon as it was available. I think if you're skeptical, the doctors are the ones to talk to, not social media, not Facebook or Twitter. It's really the doctors that, and you can go to the CDC's website. I always tell people, but a little off track. So I guess, why don't we start with you to tell me, what is Southcoast Cares from kind of a 101 standpoint?
Sure. So at Southcoast, we're committed to our mission of providing healthcare that extends beyond direct patient care. So we know that the environment that we live, work, and play is the greatest indicator of health and overall wellness. So Community Benefits collaborates with more than over 100 community partners each year to prioritize, understand, and develop Southcoast Cares programming. So this is to address the most pressing needs in our region. So some of these programs focus on reducing high rates of chronic disease. Others increase access to care, safe and affordable housing, transportation, healthy and affordable foods, which we'll talk about today, education, and employment opportunities.
Yeah, from a simple standpoint, is it kind of, would it be fair to say it's kind of using farmers markets and kind of bringing it to people with food insecurity? Is that kind of a general idea of it?
Yeah, in a way. We also support, our local agriculture and provide other types of farmers markets, or partner with organizations like United Way that are out there in the community and, really bring that access to people.
Yeah, and so I guess I'll say, Victoria, what's the role of the United Way in all this?
So our United Way is not like most other United Ways, where we do have this ability to do more work in hunger, since it's such a need in the community. So we've had our Hunger Commission, which has been in operation about 20 years or so. It started with a station wagon and then to a van, and now we have our own box truck. And so we're picking up food at local distributors as well as local farms. One of the main ones that we get our produce from locally is the Sharing the Harvest Farm, which is out at the YMCA in Dartmouth. And that's what actually provides all of our food for our mobile markets. What we're doing in food security right now with that kind of work and more access to produce is so important, making sure that people are getting what they need to become healthier and have healthier lifestyles.
Yeah, and people say food insecurity. How do you define that?
So I can take the start of this one. So if we go off the United States Department of Agriculture, they define it as a lack of consistency and constant access to enough food for an active and healthy lifestyle. So many people don't have the resources that they need to meet basic needs, and these challenges increase an individual or the family's risk for food insecurity. So Bristol County, where we live, has one of the highest rates of food insecurity in southeastern Mass. So creating programs and opportunities for individuals and families to have access to healthy and local food is really critical.
Yeah, I think we have the highest, Bristol County has one of the highest food insecurity, also has one of the highest obesity. So I think bring in farmers market, fresh produce, healthy stuff instead of packaged goods that are like high salt, high sugar, high fat. It's a difference maker, I think, in some of the, because they don't have access, because it's not cheap, right?
No.
Yeah, so I think it's important what you guys do because you got to getting vegetables in some of the younger kids' diets early on is going to set the tone for hopefully in the future. So it's definitely important. Do you want to add on that, Victoria, or you want me to just move on to the next?
Well, I just wanted to mention, since we're talking about the healthy food angle, something that most people don't even know exists outside of our mobile market and the work that we're doing with Southcoast Health is also the Healthy Incentives Program. So if you get SNAP benefits in Massachusetts right now, which most people know as food stamps, but it's actually called SNAP benefits. If you're getting SNAP benefits, you qualify for the Healthy Incentives Program. So you would go to their website. There is a list there by zip code of different grocery stores, corner markets, and farmers markets where you can actually go and purchase that produce. And then they'll actually put the money back on your SNAP card. So it becomes free in the end. And so we can't stop preaching about how important it is to get the healthy produce in the hands of folks. And the Healthy Incentives Program is just one more way of doing that. So if people don't know, definitely look up the HIP program in Massachusetts because it is a valuable resource for us.
So how did the United Way and South Coast kind of get together?
Well, we've been partnering for decades. I mean, it just makes sense that we, have similar missions. So it just makes sense for us to do stuff together on this area. There's a lot of folks doing food security work right now. And, the more of us in the game trying to get at those core issues of food insecurity, the better. So it makes sense.
So the big thing that we want to talk about today is the mobile markets. So there's a mobile market tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull up. So if people should be able to see at home in the description, I actually put a link. I'm going to pull the website up, and you guys can see there's a flyer here. You can see Wareham, New Bedford as the primary locations. You can see the times. You can see the 27th, which is tomorrow. That's going to be in Wareham. The 29th in New Bedford. But if you scroll down a little bit, it's going on pretty much all summer.
It goes on through mid-October.
Oh yeah, so pretty much through the fall, right? So
yeah. So our mobile market, this is our 7th mobile market season. This is the 2nd season that we've partnered with Southcoast Cares on this project. For many years, we were only in New Bedford, but we know that the need in Wareham is even greater. And so when we decided to start a Wareham one, it just made sense for us to partner with Southcoast Health. They're one of the biggest entities down in Wareham area and could really help us spread that word about these mobile markets. So the mobile markets were really meant as a way to get this produce in the hands of people who need it most. And you'll see that the hours of the mobile market are 5:30 to 7. So it happens after traditional work hours. What we were hearing when we started this market 7 years ago was that people in need that needed the produce, while we were bringing it to local food pantries, that was great. But if you're working during the day, you still can't get that. So this was a way to open up that access even further by making it after traditional work hours. There are no food pantries open locally after about 4 or 5 o'clock. And then there's only one locally, which is in Wareham, that's large enough to take on the need. That's Damien's Pantry. They're the only ones open on a Saturday. And so we wanted to be able to bring that access to folks to get at this healthy produce that's being grown at the Y. And so that's really why this started. That was the premise behind it. And 7 years later, we're going strong. We have 2 mobile markets a week, one on Tuesdays in Wareham, and then one that happens on Thursdays in New Bedford.
Yeah, and I see there's a QR code. So what does it mean to actually pre-register?
So to pre-register, we just want to get a couple of pieces of information from folks, whether it's their email address, so that way we can email them about future programs or mobile markets that are coming up. We also are just trying to collect some data to see how many people we're serving. So for instance, last week we served over 300 people between the 2 markets. And so we're able to get that data from their application. If they're coming by themselves, we don't know that there's 3 or 4 other people in their house. So that application lets us see that there's multiple people in the house and that how many of them are under 18. So we know how many kids are being served as well.
So it looks like Bank 5 is letting you use their location, or are they a sponsor?
Yes.
Of the?
Yep. So Bank 5 is also a sponsor. They sponsor our New Bedford one. Southcoast Cares sponsors our Wareham ones. What's great about both is they both actually are the ones that are staffing it as well. So their employees are the ones volunteering to staff the mobile market. So they're handing out that produce right to folks. So it's a great opportunity there. And then Bank 5, it just worked out really well that we're able to use their lots. They're very central. One is on the corner of County and Rivet. That's the one on the south end. The other is on Acushnet Ave, right across from Walgreens. And so they're just very central locations that people know where they are and they're getting there easier.
So Helena just asked, she says, how do we apply? So when they show up, what do people got to do when they show up there? How do they participate?
So sorry, I got a bug around me. So if you want to pre-register already, you can go right to our website. Mike, I'm hoping you can throw that up. But it's unitedwayofgnb.org/mobile-market. And so you can pre-register right there. And then when you come, we'll just check you in saying you're there. If you aren't able to do this online already, you can actually do it right on site. We will have paper applications as well. You don't have to bring anything with you, no IDs, nothing, just your information that's in your head, basically, just bring that with you. And yeah, just show up. We're happy to take walk-ins. You don't have to pre-register. We do have applications available in English, Spanish, and Portuguese for those who may not be as fluent in English. We also have translators on site most of the time that can also help people through the application.
Yeah, and I put that link in there. I put it in the text on there, and I just want to put, so July 27th, it's at Wareham Middle School. So people interested, they go there. The 29th, it's at the Bank 5 in New Bedford. So you can get and swing by there. You can see these ladies and go talk to them, or anyone else who's there to help out. So I'll let you end. Anything else you want to end with, either one of you?
I think I'm good. Victoria, you did a great job.
Thanks. I hope I answered everybody's questions. I mean, if anybody has further questions, you're welcome to reach out to me at my office. We just want to see you out there. You know, we have a different arrangement of vegetables every night. The truth is, whatever the farm is growing, whatever's in season, that's what we have a lot of. Last week, on our first week, we had a good variety of produce, everything from eggplant to squash to zucchini, cucumbers, green beans, Swiss chard. So there may be things that you've never tried either. So this would be a great opportunity for you to try that. And we also have volunteers on site from the farm who are going to be giving out recipe cards. So if there's something on that list you've never eaten before, they can help you prepare a meal and kind of get started on one of those maybe unknowns to you. So we just want people to come out, enjoy the produce. Like I said, we'll be there from 5:30 to 7, or when we get really busy later on in the summer, there are nights that maybe we run out. So I'd say get there early.
All right. Well, I think it's a great resource. We appreciate both of you coming on and letting people know about this. So we have the details in the description. Head over to their Facebook, Southcoast Health. You can also go United Way of Greater New Bedford. They keep posting information, post photos. They posted photos from a recent trip at Wareham I saw earlier today. So, excuse me, a recent market at Wareham. So go over there and subscribe to their pages, because you'll get all the information you need. So thanks again for tuning in, everyone, and hopefully we'll see some of you out there.